Oh, right. Oh, trash place. Let's. Oh, God. Let's get going. Right. Okay. Let's do a little posting. Make sure everything else is muted. That would be awful. Why are we stuck? So many things plugged in right now. Right. Let's have a look-see. First on Discord. Hello, Tamiru, welcome. Just give me a moment. How have you been? Welcome. I think it's the first time I've seen you. Yes, we are going to give it a go. In true fashion, oh, thank you so much for the follow. I am, in true fashion, going to look up a recipe and then not do the recipe and change the flavors on first on first go, because I'm just like that. Mainly because I can't find pandan in Japan. I just can't find it quick enough. So I have gone for the base batter. I'm going to Hi Black Rose, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So lovely to see some familiar faces. I watched the curry roundup video stream at Saren's, and I was basically follow everybody, all these cool people. So thank you so much for joining. I'm just gonna give a quick post. I'd never really posted in the Minotaur's chat, so I'm just gonna be brave and post there now. Oh, nice! It's done it for me. How does it do that? I don't understand. Wait, what? Technology. Okay. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you to the Minotaur for working magic, because I was literally about to post it myself. I don't know how that works. Beyond me. Anywho, thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. I am going to make Kueh Lapis, which is the classic layered one. But because I don't have any pandan, I just can't find it anywhere. I can't find any mung beans either, because I was going to go maybe do the Vietnamese version, which uses mung beans, which is banh ya lông, pig skin cake, I think, literally. Can't find pandan to save my life in Japan. So we're going to go sakura, matcha. We're going to go pink and green and white. And we're just going to totally go full steam Japan, because that's what I can find here. So we're going to do the layers, but we're going to go, instead of green for pandan, we're going to go green for matcha, and we're going to go pink. Usually it's just food coloring, but I thought, you know what? I just found myself some sakura paste. It's just sugar and cherry blossoms, but I think it might be a bit salty. It's salted cherry blossoms in here, so I might have to kind of taste and go with that one. But yeah, never made this before. messing with the recipe already, but that's how we like to roll. I am just going to pull up the batter recipe that I found. It was just the first one that I could find. I do not do a lot of research for these. It does look like a blood bag. I was looking at it. I was like, is this going to make it pink or is this going to make it dodgy colored? I was hoping to get some powdered, because you can buy powdered cherry blossom, like freeze dried or like, in powder form, but it's not cherry blossom season yet. It's like probably 2 weeks too early for cherry blossom. So there's no like powdered products available yet. So this is the best I could find. Obviously, this has like been shelf stabilized and all that jazz. So I think this is a all year round available product, but we're a bit too soon for cherry blossom items. So we're just going with what we have. Where was I? Which recipe did I use? I cannot find it because I bought all of my stuff according to that particular recipe. With this one. Hang on a minute. This one, I think. What to cook today is the recipe I'm using. My day's been good. It's only just started, really. We went on a hunt for I was on a hunt for cherry blossom powder, but we've gone with cherry blossom blood bag instead. And I went to go procure some tapioca starch as well. So this is all purchased at a like a baking store. Here we go. This is the recipe I want. And then we went to go have ramen, and we severely underestimated the a volume of ramen that this place was serving. And so we were a little bit defeated, not gonna lie. But we have returned, lived to tell the tale. I'll post the ramen that we had in the Discord later. It was so big. Here we are, we're like, oh, should we add like extra noodles or like extra like toppings? So we're like, no, we should not have done that. So we're just okay. We finally reached the instructions part of the website. Honestly, I don't know why the recipe like websites are always like so much chat, and then like it's right at the bottom that you get the actual like ingredients and the Wait, this isn't the recipe I wanted. There's a recipe I was looking for called for cornstarch. Mistakes were made. Like I went for extra veg on top, and it was too much. I could not finish all the veg. It's called Jiro Kei ramen, JIROKEI ramen, and it's known to be super voluminous. And we heeded none of the advice that the people give you and say, just try the standard version, no extras. If anything, reduce it if they let you reduce stuff. Oh no, I did not. And then I now know why. Yep, I added more veg and it was not necessary at all. Okay, I'm gonna have to quickly look at my phone because I cannot for the life of me find the recipe. So I apologize if the thingy cuts out, the video cuts out for a sec. So bear with me. I just need to find Divinely Delish. Okay, I'm back. Oh, stepping over all my cables. Oh my God, thank you so much, Pika Path. Welcome. We are cooking, or gonna try and cook some Kueh Lapis today. Kueh Lapis a la Japanese, because, what did I say? Deliciously divine. We are doing this as part of the Kitchen Gladiators challenge, and this month's theme is Kueh, which is a Southeast Asian kind of usually steamed, but not necessarily dessert / savory thing, picky bits, celebratory sometimes situation. So yeah. Welcome everyone. My name is Nat Chan and I cook. That's me. I chaotically cook for funsies. And today we're making a Kueh Lapis steamed layer cake. But I can't find any of the like flavorings that would typically be used, like pandan. So we're using matcha and cherry blossom sakura paste. I have never used this before, so this is completely winging it. Is what we're doing. Right. Okay. This is the recipe I'm using. I will post this in the chat later. I'll just quickly show you guys what I am. Oh God, so many cables to step over. This is what so many ads. This is what we're going for. So this stuff is just food coloring, I think, pink, and then the green is pandan. Skip the ads. So it's kind of like a layered, steamed situation. We're going to use cherry blossom paste for the pink layer, and we're going to use matcha for the green layer. And the rest we're going to just wing. So they have a recipe for like the base liquid, and then you split up the batter into three colors, and then you add whatever flavorings or colorings you want to the different batches. So that's what we're going to do. We've got everything, I think. I hope I've got everything. I need a total of, yeah, that should be enough coconut milk. Thank you so much. Rank some random. Thank you for the well wishes. I'm going to need all of them. So let's start with a bowl. A bowl is a good start. I should probably also get all of my pieces ducks in a row. We also need rice flour, which I have a massive bag of because I use a lot of that. So I've got rice flour, tapioca flour. This recipe calls for sago flour. Could not find any, so we're doing cornstarch instead because they said that's fine. And then we've got matcha for the green, cherry blossom paste for the pink, got coconut milk. We need sugar. Oh, this is going to fall off my bench. Got sugar. I should have bought some white sugar. I feel like that would have interfered less with the color of the batter, but I don't usually keep white sugar. It's just, I think it's called beet sugar in English. This is tensai sugar, which is made of a type of beet. So that's there. Oh yeah, thanks Fizzle. Thanks for the shout outs. Yeah. The YouTube is just full of my VODs, and the Instagram is a work in progress. I want to do more stuff on there. It's just not quite a happening thing yet, but we'll get there. Right, apron needs to go on. Give me a moment. This is the iconic border apron. Isn't she so gorgeous? One day, I will have a real one. Right. We are protecting ourselves from what is to come. Right. See, Wizzle says all the right things and that I forget to say to new people. Thank you. So, and steaming basket. Obviously, this is going to be used later. Where are my scales? Honestly, I'm the only person using this kitchen, and yet I still misplace everything. So yeah, we're just gonna follow what this says, and then we'll go from there. So we have yeah. Okay. So we need to have many containers because we're going to have lots of different colors. I'm going to say, even though it says many containers, I can probably get away with like using glasses because the whole thing is meant to fit in a 20 by 20 square pan. Now, I don't know whether that's going to be, how thick are we looking? So I use that one. Am I going to live life dangerously and use this one? I feel like this one, I've just put a bit of oil in it because I was going to use this one to grease. And I feel like this might be a bit too small. But also, I do like to live dangerously. Or should I go for the bigger one? Live life dangerously. Let's go. If we do not fill it, then we make a smaller one. We make a baby second one. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll do two. One to like, I don't know, give to someone, and then one to keep. I think that will actually be perfect. So we're just going to start off by greasing these. Had your last couscous roll before. Ooh, ham and sausage. Nice. Keeping in theme with your multiple meats situation. So we're just going to grease two little glass containers. I was gonna just do the one, but I also have a feeling that it may overflow. So we're gonna go with two of these. I'm not gonna use the bigger one because that one doesn't fit in my steamer basket. So we are greasing two glass containers ready for layerage. So that's what we're doing back here. Two should definitely be enough. So then I can have two layers of steamering situation. Okay. The Krabby Patty looked good. Yeah, it was really good. I think I could have done with a bit more like seafoody flavor. So I probably would have added some like fish sauce or something into the Krabby Patty bit because it ended up quite like light and gentle. So next time that's what I would do. So for our colored parts, our pink and our pink, maybe it is. For our pink and our green parts of, okay, I'm just going to use a bowl. Separate bowls for our green and our pink. Oh, if only I had a green. This is a blue bowl. If only I had a green bowl. We're going to do our matcha and our cherry blossom. We're going to do 80 mils of liquid in each. I'm just going to Mim in the background in the middle was good. Yeah, that picture is a good picture, isn't it? So we're just going to boil some water just to make things go a bit faster. I'm quite scared about this. I don't know what this tastes like, so I'm going to have to taste that before we do anything with it. Did Hubby enjoy it? He did indeed. So we're just gonna wing the like liquid part. We don't want it to be too strong, but we don't want it to be too weak. So we're just gonna have to figure out the right amount. Because if anything, blood flavor. It's cherry blossom flavored. Well, salted cherry blossom flavored. So we're gonna go in. We're only doing 80 mils of water. We're probably gonna only need like a teaspoon of matcha. So we're gonna go about a teaspoon of matcha. I want it to be like a strong matcha, like an espresso matcha, you know, because it's gonna get diluted by the rest of the batter. I may just kind of judge it by color as well. I want it to be a specific color, shade of green. When she pointed it, because I want it to be pink. Like I want the yeah, I want it to be pink, but I'm not. Well, we're gonna see once we dilute it with some water, see what color it actually ends up. So we are going to do about 80 mils. Oh, if my scales are on, I'm gonna do 80 mils of water. I'm also going to be a heathen not and like actually whisk it properly. Oh, a bit over. It's fine. Said no one ever when it comes to baking. So we're just essentially making green juice over here. You only died once when you played Hightail last night. Nice. What did you die to? You have a very, very green matcha actually, which is promising for a game. What we like. Like 2 wolves. Right, we're going to give this little sippy sip. How much do I have of this? Ooh, mill. Set up camp on top of a big rock mountain. That is a strong matcha flavor. That should be good. Right, we have our green. Now onto our pink. Right, I'm going to have to taste this first because I have no idea what this is going to taste like. So, ooh, it's very floral. I mean, that's so obvious, but like, just give it a little, tiny little squeeze. All right, bone apple teeth. Ooh, you know what? It's giving Japanese like plums, like you know the salted plum, but like in like a really nice way. Okay, that's really promising. We're gonna do. We'll start with like a teaspoon of that. Just go in there, and then Just gonna dilute it and then see where we get to. One about approximately 80. I don't know if it's gonna give me pink, not gonna lie. Even after all this, it's gonna give me a very like light orange color, I feel. I don't know if it's gonna be visible. But yeah. Yeah, maybe dubious as to whether it's gonna give me pink, but that will have to do. Oh, it definitely needs more. It needs like at least double. Lid. Runaway lid. It's gonna give me less and less pink and more dubious blood. Maybe once it gets combined with the white coconut milk, it's gonna miraculously be fine again. Who knows? It's gonna just have to keep being added. Yeah, it's definitely giving not cute pink. It's giving vampire remains. Am I gonna keep going? Yeah. You want it to come through. I think that will do. That's about 4 teaspoons of this cherry blossom paste stuff. So we're gonna have that. I think we now have too much liquid though, so I might have to turn some of it into a drink or something. Put some soda water in. Everything can do with a bit of soda water, you know. My motto. But yeah, which is which? I think like half teaspoon of bicarb baking soda would make bread more fluffy. Yeah, I would say so. Well, they're different things, aren't they? Bicarb requires a acid to make it go fluffy, whereas baking soda only requires no. You want baking soda, not bicarb, I think. I can't remember which one, but one of them requires acid and one of them requires a liquid in order to make it fluffy. I think bicarb requires an acid, so you need to add a vinegar or like a lemon or something of that vein to make it go fizzy, therefore go fluffy. But baking soda, I think, is just liquid. Like so, any like milk, water, any sort of moisture will make it go fizzy. I think. Don't quote me on that. Google is your friend. I'm just gonna remove some liquid because as I've been adding all of the extra cherry blossom paste, it has increased the volume of our mixture. So, we now have pink and green sorted. We now require coconut milk for our white one. I may have to crack into my other container of this. See, this is why I should read my recipes before I actually start, because this is now like, Oh, you need to refrigerate the batter for like an hour. Looks like we are. Oh, why do I even try to open cans myself? Making an absolute mess already. Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, put that behind. How many paper towels am I going to use today with all the spillages I'm going to make? Comment down below. Okay, what am I doing? The white color mixture. Coconut milk and water. The white. I'm gonna go for a brown bowl. Why not have? Yeah, well, don't jinx it now. We're doing good. We 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 speak softly to the bench in order to not get it mad. Right. Let's do. Just going to remove the massive cream top on the coconut because I think the batter requires a thick, creamy top. I should probably weigh out how much that is. It's going absolute chaos already. Put this back. Put it back. Put it back from whence it came. We want 80 grams of uber thick coconut. So we're gonna just peel that off the top. Hubby is home. He is playing something. Not entirely sure. So we've just scooped 80 grams of the really thick coconut milk off the top of the tin of coconut milk. And then we're going to mix the rest in to make normal stuff. And then we just need 80 mils for our white mixture. So we're going to go in with, how much do we want? I lie, 40 mils of water, 40 mils of coconut milk. Yes, I'm doing everything with grams. Hello, Virtual Kitchen. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. We are out here doing some science experiments, or what feels like it. We're going to go in with approximately 40. We measure with our hearts around here. Just give me a moment while I deal with this. Thank you, everyone, for the follows. Oh my God, we're gonna hit our goal soon. Tiniest dribble, perfect. So we have our white mixture now ready. So we've got white. I don't know if you can see. We've got our pink splash blood, and we've got our green mixtures all ready to go. We are now going to put them aside because I have no room on this bench. That's our color mixtures ready to go. Also going to turn on the heating and I really should just put on more layers, but hello. Right. We have our color mixture. We are now onto our powders. And there's my bowl. Powder time. Yes, so we are making Kueh Lapis today. It's usually a Indonesian, Malaysian, Singaporean layered, steamed, gelatinous cake, I suppose. Yes, so it's one of those things, like it's prevalent in a lot of Southeast Asian countries, and it's got lots of different names as well. There's a Vietnamese version which is called Ban Yalan, which is green pandan, coconut, and mung bean paste. I can't find any pandan in Japan. It's very hard to get a hold of, so I'm doing a completely Japanese version of it. So the base is going to stay a coconut based mix, but I'm using green, matcha for green, and cherry blossom for pink. And we're just going to hope it tastes good. So that's what we are making today. I am literally following the first recipe I found online. So we've done our color mixes, and we are now going to do the base. Yeah, so hopefully it's going to turn out delicious. Tapioca flour. I just realized I didn't buy enough tapioca flour. Wow. Is this winging natch already gonna come in like a wrecking ball? Okay, so this recipe calls for 285 grams. I've only got 150. Damn. That's already bad. I may just have to sub with the other flours because, oh no. Well, that's on me for not checking the recipe before I bought the stuff. So we're going to go in with 150 grams of tapioca flour, and then I will just have to increase the others accordingly. So, unfortunate for me, that's what's going to be. So we have our entire contents of tapioca flour. Ooh, actually, there's 151 grams in there. Ooh. Okay. Let's see, what is going to be better to sub this with? Probably maybe half and half increase of the rice and the sago, I think is what I'm going to do. Look at me go. Literally, like rule number 1 of like baking is don't mess with the recipe when you're baking. Baking is a science, etc., etc. Well, my purchasing mistakes mean that I'm going to mess with the recipe. Right, let me just write down what I'm doing. So I did 152 grams of tapioca. I'm missing 133 grams that I need to divide between the other 2 flours that I have plenty of. So we're going to do let's go. I'll add 75. See, now I'm doing science that I'm not qualified to do. 75, 78. would, no, that's not how this works. 65, 68 would be half and half. And I'm just going to add that to the rice flour and the cornstarch. YOLO. Not had that in a while. 155. Oh, that's a lot. And 105. Basically, we're going to have equal parts tapioca and equal parts rice, which I feel like is going to mess with it a lot, but yo, well, them's be what we end up with. So, don't do as I do, kids. Read your recipes before you go shopping so you actually buy the correct amount of specialist ingredients for your recipes. We're going essentially equal parts tapioca and equal parts rice. This is gonna be a lot of queer. I'm gonna have enough to give out. I hope it ends up good that I can actually hand this out to people, because if it's not, then that's tragic. And then same again on the cornstarch. Oh, cornstarch is so messy. Like it's always like stuck at the top. It's like picked my bag like a drug dealer, you know. Like right in the top where I want to cut. I know, right? I'm just fully obliterating the recipe. If it ends up tragic, I'll have to do a take 2. And you know, mistakes have been made. This is what it is. Just like double checking that I've got everything right. Well, everything right except for the massive part that is very wrong. Oh, right. We have our powders. One of the Labubu things are the wrong way around. Well, they're all kind of facing different ways. So they just face whichever way they want to face. I ran out of powder clips. Oh no. Four. I swear, like I buy like 10,000 of these like clips, and then they all disappear. I cannot open. Not that you noticed or anything. Right. So we are going to mix this up. So this is a lot of different powders. It is meant to be 285 tapioca, 285 tapioca, 90 grams rice and 45 sago / cornstarch. However, sorry, let me deal to my Tamagotchi. But I have completely ignored that, and we have 152 tapioca, 155 rice, and 105 sago. So people put things around when we're at work. You're that person, are you? Right, so we have our mixture. Whisk until smooth. Cover tightly and refrigerate for 60 to 90 minutes. Alrighty. Right. So 100, 240 mils of water. Put that in there. Oh, bang on. Is it 240? Oh my God, I just filled that up first time. Wow. Is there a particular order? Mixture will be very thick. Right. Well, here goes nothing. So we've got our water gone in, and this is our thick coconut milk as requested. So this is just the top, the floaty bits of a can of coconut milk going in. And we are mixing. I don't know why I'm mixing with a spoon. I feel like I don't own a whisk in this kitchen, so it has to be a puff of smoke. I feel like even a rice paddle would do better, to be honest. Maybe a fork. Oh, I don't know. What is even like an alternative utensil? This spoon is collecting. Let's go chopstick. I feel like it's an Asian dessert. It's going to be fine with chopstick. I even have the TV angle to face the side of the the chair I sit on. Right. It is thick. This is giving non-Newtonian liquid. Non-Newtonian liquid, non-Newtonian solid. Fluid. The scientist's husband has answered. It is very much given. It can be either. Yeah. There is much thick, very thick. Like, do we have a visual on this? Like, how thick are we talking? People can hear you. Okay, no pictures of progress. Okay. It is thick with like maybe 5 C's. It's also kind of not fully absorbing. I am slightly concerned. I don't know at what point I should get concerned. This is why you should do more research before attempting recipes you've never done before. It's probably why you don't mess with the ratios of batter. Like, it's slowly absorbing. Like, it is getting there. Like, I think it's just the nature of the starches that I'm using. It's very kind of slow to incorporate. but it is going. Just gonna let that kind of hang out. And just read the next bit. Mix until smooth. Mixture will be very thick. Cover tightly and refrigerate. Combine syrup ingredients until it all dissolves. Okay. Couscous flatbreads would be very good. I feel like the possibilities are endless after what you've described. Okay. I'm starting to lose faith in this situation. However, we are going to push through. We are going to let that rest for a sec before we put it in the fridge. I am going to have a quick look at other recipes just to see what thickness we need to be working with in this batter. I just need someone else's pictures to see what the mixture looks like. Okay, you're going straight to the... I think the increase in rice flour has meant that a lot of liquid gets absorbed. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Hi, Sarah, welcome. Thank you for joining. We are doing, interestingly, I accidentally did not buy enough tapioca starch for this recipe. So I've kind of made an executive decision to push ahead and increase the amounts of the other starches, which I'm kind of now looking at this mixture and thinking that was probably not the best thing to do. However, I may just keep going and hope for the best. This may have to be labeled a semi-fail. So we are just going to see what happens. It's going to turn out fine because a similar dish exists in Japan that's entirely rice flour and doesn't use any... Yes, this is the multicolored layered one that will be steamed. Because I've kind of messed with the starch ratios, it is looking tray thick. So I may be adding more water to kind of re-loosen it. It's going to taste fine. My instincts tell me that it's going to taste fine because it's just going to taste like coconut. But the texture may be a bit off. So I think the increase in rice flour has meant that the liquid absorption has been a lot more than if it wasn't that. So, I mean, the overall amount of powders are the same, but I'm just going to be adding a bit extra water. Again, I really shouldn't be messing with recipes that I've like literally never used. But yeah, my gut tells me loosen it a little bit more, and then it might be a shout. Yeah, I'm going to basically keep adding water to this until it's just doesn't look so sus anymore. And then we will do the rest, because this particular recipe I'm using says I should rest the kind of starchy mixture for an hour before before combining it with the syrupy side. So that's what I will probably do once I'm just a bit happier with the consistency of this. It's like the recipe I'm using doesn't have pictures like of it while it's being made. It just says combine the liquids and the starches. It will be very thick, but very thick can mean a lot of things. So I'm gonna just let it kind of sit for a bit until um until it's kind of like very thick in my books and not like thick with 10 C's kind of a thick. I feel like thick means like 2 C's, not 10. My current mixture is giving like 10 C's. So I'm gonna use my executive decision to kind of bring it down a few C's. And yeah, it is looking better already. And to be fair, I think the resting is going to do just that. It's going to help the dough, the starches kind of relax a bit, because I think they're currently a bit seized, for a lack of a better word. So, I mean, it's a bunch of different, like, very typically kind of non-Newtonian liquid creating starches. So, not surprised. So yeah, I'm going to let them hang out for a bit, I think. Just gonna let it chill in the back here while I deal to the syrup portion of the recipe. So the syrup portion is sugar, coconut milk, salt, and no pandan because we don't have pandan. So we are going to, yeah, I've got to remember there's more liquid going in via the syrup in this recipe. So I don't want to add too much water now. These guys are finished, so they can go away. Oh, ooh. I have a surprise for everyone. If it will please focus. Why is this not cooperating anymore? Why is it focusing on the wrong thing? There we go. Ta-da! Hopefully this works. Is this gonna work? Maybe. It's not giving. Yep, I sure have. No. Why are we not working? I spent so much time before the stream trying to set this up, and then it's deciding to not cooperate. Let's try again. Grr. Honestly, I'll have to find a thing again. I was so excited, and I literally had it all ready to go, and then it was like, now it's like, no, computer says no. This is why we don't have any nice things. You going? Will you allow? I have to refresh this. Grr. Trying to do a nice thing over here, and technology fails me. This is totally gonna fall into the. Aha! Floating in the middle of the screen. But we have what we wanted. Yay! This is a rare occurrence where husband is actually in, so he's allowed me very graciously to use his phone. So we have another angle. I promise I will get my own. This is what, yes, we are. This is a little trial, making sure I actually have a good setup or it's going to actually survive doing this. But I hope this sticks. We're so close to our goal. So I thought I'd get some practice runs in for the actual thing when we hit the 100. And yeah, I'm very excited. I hope it's good. I hope it survives, as long as this is basically like our pre-test run. We're doing 250 grams of coconut milk. Wow, is this actually perfect? Nice. 6 more followers to go. I know. It's been fabulous. And we're gonna do 330 grams of sugar, which seems like a lot. But I do understand this is a very, very sweet treat. So, and I kind of wish I had white sugar. It would have really helped with the color situation. But alas, we do not have white sugar. So it's gonna be a little bit like creamy, beigey colored, tinted. Oh, this has got so much sugar in. I'm kind of concerned. I will be handing out a lot of this, I hope, if it survives being made. Oh, we're almost there. 330 grams. 20 more. Oh. Beep. This is so much sugar. I am concerned for our... What organ should I be concerned for? Livers? Is it liver? Who knows? Right. That's all gonna go. I was like, which organ was it again? Right. Mega sugar pile going in. You're actually researching this today. Yeah, what have we found on our research about what sugar in the liver? So we are putting that on the heat. I'm going to add the teaspoon of sugar, salt as well, as if that's going to do anything to combat. Been trying to switch over. Sugar is definitely my Achilles. I see. Switch over to an alternate sugar. Or just a different kind of sugar, or just sugar altogether. Right, so we have much sugar and coconut milk in here. This is all getting combined. Yeah, that I think our white layer is definitely going to be a little cream tinted. I'm just checking in on my base, our starchy base, and it's definitely better. It is now probably down to like 4 C's. So I think I am going to just let this vibe in the fridge as originally requested. Definitely giving like, you know, those like science experiments as when we were like in primary school, where you like make non-Newtonian fluids and you like punch the cornstarch slurry and it's like hard, but then you can like run it through your fingers. It's giving that for sure. So I still have dubiousness as to whether there's enough liquid in here, but I can always add a bit more later, post syrup adding, to loosen it, I feel. Now I will let it rest and see what the fridge gods do to help. I don't know how it's going to help, but it has been requested that I fridge this for apparently an hour. I may also ignore that bit, but we'll see how long this takes. Maybe I'll just do half an hour. Maybe I'll just wing it completely. So we are over here stirring our little coconut milk sugar syrup situation. It is looking very brown because I didn't use white sugar. That will just have to be. I can't help that. A few little lumps of coconut milk still, but that will melt with some warmth. Let that vibe. And then we're basically at the point at which it's giving coffee. It's going to be so sweet. Like I kind of like when I just. Can you imagine? Oh, that's so sweet. That's so good though. Like sweetened coconut milk. That tastes like Asia. especially because it's a little bit brown sugary as well. It tastes like oh, what's it called? It they a Malaysian Singaporean thing where they've got like desiccated coconut or like shredded coconut, and then they coat it in like a brown sugar molassesy mixture. There's a name for it. I just cannot think of what that is off the top of my head. I think it starts with D. Let's say D. Yeah, but we are cooking. Tastes absolutely. I think we're okay. I hope the lagging isn't bad. You can tell me. I'm gonna drink some water because my goodness, my lunch was salty. Do I need to wait for my syrup mixture to completely cool before? Not necessarily. Switch over to general better eating habits. Mostly go away from processed breads, pastas. Wow, nice. Solid like plan. To be fair, I totally get you. Like for a for a for a time, I fully did not even have sugar in my kitchen. Back in the UK, to be fair, I didn't even own any sugar. Um, is the coconut you mean called Inti? Might be a different name. Hold up. Um, I had my version for the first time in Malaysia, so it's like I just have a feeling it was a D word. Coconut, brown sugar, shredded coconut. It's brown sugar. Maybe it is that. Yes, that is exactly what I'm looking at. What in the early stream? Hello, Phoenix. Look, look what we have. Yes, hello, Phoenix. Thank you. Yeah, it's just one of those things because I had a lot of honey, and then I also had I use a lot of beet sugar. It's my sugar of choice. It's quite easy to get a hold of in Japan because it's quite common. So this is beet sugar, which I can show you on this. Now that I have a second camera, this is beet sugar, um, and it's supposedly better. It's got more minerals and stuff in it, so I like to keep that. And they also do that in syrup form, so it's less refined and it's just kind of still in syrup form. And I literally just had a jar of that and some honey. And I neither of us drink tea, so we don't need sugar for tea, so to speak. And so if I needed to sweeten anything, it was always just in food. And in that context, it was just kind of like just a squeeze of honey or beet. Yeah, it is a type of raw sugar. It's just not from sugar canes. It's from beets. Well, it's a type of beet. It's a white. It's a type of radish, I think. Actually, it's not like beetroot, like you would think of, like the red beetroot. It's a white radish type of vegetable. It's in the same family though. So instead of it being from sugar canes, where normally sugar is made from, this is made from beet, which apparently is better. I also really like coconut sugar as well. I do enjoy the flavor of different non-sugar cane sugars. more than sugarcane sugar. So we have liquefaction of our syrup. So we can turn that off now. Yeah, I don't really remember the last time I bought white sugar. If it wasn't for the only time I've bought, the only time I've bought white sugar is specifically if I wanted to make a clear syrup, so like a simple syrup that required it to be clear, for like a mojito or something. Um, so yeah, I don't usually buy Ishmael. Yeah, the thing is, like, I think Japan is quite sugar conscious. I think in ways, um, because um, even like the sugar, most supermarkets, the sugar section will have more than just regular sugars. Is at least 5 different types of sugars because a lot of Japanese traditional sweets are made from a different type of sugar. Um, so I think that kind of influence has meant that it's um, people are just more in day to day life. They kind of look out for lots of different sugars. Mm. And like there's a huge like brown or like black sugar as well, which is like um, really unrefined sugars are quite common as well. Half fuzzy scared. They taste so much better though. Like I do really enjoy the taste of. I mean, look at that. That looks incredible. That is a. That looks like a treat and a half. Um, so we have our. The word I was thinking of for the coconut brown sugar thing is dada, dada gulang or gulang. It's the Malaysian word. Gula Melaka, there we go. Okay, so Gula Melaka is the coconut palm sap, palm sugar. Do sugar free. That's a start. It is absolutely a start. See, this is where husbando and I kind of are in like two different camps about sugar. And I go for like I would rather have real sugar and have less of it. Whereas husbando would probably rather have like sugar-free sugar, but have it more regularly, like in more things. Is kind of two camps that we kind of live by. I don't need sugar very often, like as like a craving. So I would just have it very rarely, but have it proper when I do. Whereas husband will much rather have sugar on the regular, sweetness on the regular, but have it sugar free. So yeah, yeah, it's a preference thing. I think it kind of checks out to be the same. To be honest, um, you'd prefer to give up soda than have sugar free. Yeah. So I think we're in similar camps in that regard. So this is my like weird coconutty watery situation that I was using to. Right. So let's have a look. I know it's like not been anywhere near the the prescribed amount of time to rest. Um, but I am impatient. So we're gonna check on the mixture, see how we are faring. Let's go back to the recipe. Um, Only like 10 minutes. Maybe I should leave it in for a bit longer. Maybe I'll do like a little intermission. Intermission. To be fair, why didn't it get me to do this at the very start and do all the kind of color mixture stuff after? Because that would have been far more efficient use of time. This is why I should read recipes before I do the recipe. Um, For each colored batter, divide into bowls. Where have we? When have we added the starches? Oh, this is the base mixture. I see. Okay. That's around. Yeah, it's literally 10 minutes. I'm just impatient. Like, what's it gonna do being hanging out for any longer? This is Natchan learns the hard way 101. Like, it's literally not gonna do anything else. Like, it looks exactly the same. Okay, I'm gonna leave it half an hour fully. So we will put it back in. Like, I genuinely have no idea what it's meant to do because like it's not like it's got gluten to relax or anything. Like, to me, like that's what putting a batter or like a dough in the fridge or letting it sit is like. To me, it's let the gluten rest. But like there's no gluten. There's no gluten in this. What are we resting? Anywho. So we have our coconut. Oh, it's so sticky and delicious. Wow. This is what dreams are made of. This is like the base of like all Asian sweets. This coconut milk, brown sugar situation. Yes. We will be patient and leave it, which now means that we have half an hour to kill doing what is the question. Um I want to show you guys. Oh, it's on my phone. See, this is what happens when you stream off your phone. There is literally I can't even um get can't even be like, oh, look at this cool thing. They're all on my phone. Oh my god. I don't even want to eat them right now because I'm so full. But look, Quizzle. Recognize those? Oh, this way. Recognize those? I don't know. We put them in the container because they because airtight. Cracked open our little bag of Tim Tams. So we have our colored mixture bowls, which Tim Tams are winning. Have they gotten smaller, or is it just me? Like, I feel like when I had them like 10 years ago, they used to be bigger. Or am I just been misled? These ones are just the regular ones, like the standard milk chocolate ones. I do remember preferring the darker ones though, but that was what was given to me. Yeah, so we are just waiting really because I need to clear this syrup out of this pot because I need this pot to do the steaming in because I don't have enough pots. My big pot doesn't fit a steamer on top, which is really annoying. So yeah, we have our little See, this white, we have this white mixture, but I feel like it's not going to be, not sure. I couldn't really eat before my shot now. Just once in a while. Yeah. Um, yeah. I feel like the green is going to end up kind of brown because my mixture is going to be like a bit browny colored. Everything's going to be like very like naturally colored vibes. It's not going to be very like vibrantly pink or vibrantly green or any of that vibe, I think. But we have our colors. Each batter divide into 3 bowls again. Why don't I just weigh it out as I go? Each portion should be minimum about 150. Otherwise, each layer will be too thick. Total of 9 bowls. Have you tried the white ones and the dark choc ones? I have tried the dark chocolate ones. I think those ones are my favorite. I haven't had it in a long time though, because when people get me Tim Tams when they like visit me, they always get me the normal ones. I think I've tried white chocolate, but I don't think I liked it that much. I'm never the biggest fan of white chocolate anyway, at the best of times. So I need to figure out how I'm gonna weigh this. I think these are all the same. So when I make my batter, I'm just gonna go like 100, 100, 100, 50, 50, 50, and just kind of keep kind of going until we're all done. Yeah, you guys do have so many. Like to be fair, when I went to Australia, I didn't buy any Tim Tams. I only bought shapes to bring back. So yeah, I'm now just kind of hanging out. Well, we'll pop these down here so you guys can see what color they are. Cherry Blossom is definitely giving blood, but we don't talk about that. And then matcha is very, very dark. But we have like this color to contend with. Albeit the starches are gonna definitely help, be it's so like syrupy. Wow. So fingers crossed. We're just gonna sit here like stirring like a little witch's brew. These are our little situations at the moment. You want Sonic? We'll see. Which one? I want to like show them both. Look at these things that I think one of like our friends got us from. Where was this from? Guam? Does this not look like the most, I don't even know how to describe it, thing? It looked cursed. Did you get the organic grass matcha? It does look like grass, to be fair. Husband's going to give a little taste test of these. Will be interesting. Having Sonic. Well, Sonic or other Sonic. This one's organic and it's 75% less sugar. Come join. Come give us a little taste test. Don't trip on the wires. Come join. Twist to open. Read the instructions. You need to get the plastic off. You say twist to open, but you need to get the plastic off. Oh. It looks cursed.
I'll give it a taste test.
I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can do while we wait. Instructions are for nerds. Why? Which is why I didn't read. Okay. Prepping layer, steam. Oh, we're going to preheat our containers for 2 minutes. Give the batter a stir, pour in the pan, cover with lid. Cracked open slightly, 3.5 minutes. Okay, so trick is to stir the batter every time to recombine everything, I suppose. Alternating layers. Final layer gets 4 minutes. And reduce the heat to medium and steam for a further 10 minutes. What game are you playing, husbando? High Guard is what he's playing right now. The lag. I'm also kind of cold now. You know what? Let's do a little undress, redress. We need more layers. It's suddenly gotten cold. Right. Let's get the favorite jumper, the people's favorite. Oh no, the lag. Yeah, it's just decided to. Maybe I shut the computer though. Right, we are redressed.
No, it's not that bad. We'll try.
Do I want to try? Not really. I'm quite full from lunch. Like, I just don't want to taste anything.
Just apple juice.
But why is there a straw sticking out of Sonic when you can't use it?
I don't want to use the straw.
Oh, so that. I mean, why does it taste like?
It's a bit different, isn't it?
It's not just apple.
No.
Oh no, apple and pear and grape juices. It's giving. It's giving that cyanide taste. The like. Good. Right, we are back. It did take a bit before we got some lag with 2 cams. Yeah. Unfortunately, will be the case. It's just the multiple people on the internet situation doesn't help. It is what it is. So I probably won't do 2 cam all the time, only for things that make sense. Yeah, but I won't be doing as much cooking when we move back. We'll be doing a bit more IRL stuff. So that's going to be the case. Oh my God, half an hour is going to take so long for me to fill. Is there literally nothing else I can do?
There must be.
Not for this recipe. Yeah. We are here with the checkered jumper. It was getting a bit chilly, so here we are. You know what? Fuck it. I cannot wait. I do not have the patience for this today. We're gonna push ahead. We are going to ignore all good advice. Fight me. How hot are we? Hot sugar syrup. Thank you. It is a crowd fave for sure. So we are essentially going to, I think I really should have used white sugar for this, because now we're just gonna paint this beautiful white liquid, white batter. Wondering why it's not working later. Yeah. We're gonna go in with our syrup into our batter. It is adding a lot of moisture, so I'm hopeful that this is just the way it is. Cool. So we are just going to do a gentle mixing of the batter. Just doing a little bench check, make sure we're not falling off. Always nerve-wracking when I've got both hands in the thing. This is going to be like potentially brown, now that I'm looking at how strongly the syrup is coloring the batter. I was hoping that it would just be like kind of beige levels of color, but this may be worse. We may have just, I think the coloring is just going to be like hints of the color. Right. We can, I think we have got sweet. I mean, I don't know what it is. If you told me it's right, I wouldn't know any different. Yeah, I don't know any different either. So we're here for the ride. We're just gonna keep mixing. Yeah. So we are just going to mixy. It's intended to be mixed warm. If most of the lumps are gone actually, so I'm now hopeful. I'm not back to being hopeful about this whole situation again. It is no longer non-Newtonian, which is good. I just have to whisk well enough. I am so scared that this is going to end up on the floor. We have ended up with quite a, you know what, let me do a little mixing under this camera. I'm going to be facing back at the thing. So yeah. So we've got a kind of latte colored liquid, unfortunately, because of the sugar I used. I would definitely recommend white sugar if anybody is also doing this, because you are losing the beautiful, like, bright white coconut situation. I'm also not in ownership of a whisk in this kitchen, so I am mixing with a spoon. Would not recommend. But we are most of the way. So if I could give this a sieve. I probably should. Whether I will is another question. It takes a lot for me to dirty another kitchen implement. Right, we have. I'm just scraping along the bottom of the bowl, and I think we have released everybody. Yeah, it's definitely going to be like a very gentle brown color. I have no faith that these colors are going to actually stay these colors. Like, it's giving like 2% chance that it's going to stay the colors that we originally want them to stay. But anywho, we have our batter, which is actually giving batter, which is good. We have some like dark lumps floating through, but I don't know what they are. Could just be sugar. I don't think it's sugar. Anywho, we now have that. How long it went to sit in all of this so we can quarter the time. How long was it meant to sit? Is that what you meant to say? Right, we're just going to give this a little rinse, so bear with. Making sure I wash this with a warm water so we do not just seize the sugar onto the pan. And this is now going to turn into our steaming station. Give this a quick little wipe down. 6 more people to 100. Yeah, we are very close. It's been a pleasure. Ooh. Right, so we're just going to set up our steaming station. So let's move everybody across. Okay, we're gonna live life on the edge. How long after you mix is this meant to set? So this is not a setting. It's not like a jelly where you have to set it. It is a steamed cake quotation mark. So it is going to be steamed into layers. So we put a layer down into the container, and then this is dangerous. We're gonna, where's my steamer basket attachment? Where are you? Oh, here. And so we pour a layer, steam it for 3 minutes, pour another layer, steam it, and so on and so forth is the gist of this. So we've got 2 containers. I do think that this container would have been better, but this doesn't fit in the steamer. So we're going to go with 1 big and 1 small in here, if it will behave and actually sit together. Have my baskets like uncircled themselves? I don't know. Okay, I just had them the wrong way around. Not a perfectly circular basket, so we're just gonna have to work with that. So these guys are going in. So, and they are going to get a preheating steam. You get, yeah. So that's how this one works. I have now realized I've not wet my steamer baskets. Bamboo steamer baskets, I've been told that I should always wet them before we put them on steam, even though they kind of all dry out from the heat anyway. But I will do as told. Give our basket a little pre-wet so that they don't, I think you're meant to do it so they don't like crack in the heat. Give them a little head start. I need to remember which way they like fit together, or else I'm going to be fiddling big time. So, put containers in. These are going to have a little preheat while the water comes to a boil, spilling water everywhere. I'll tidy up. So now we deal to the batter. Think what we are going to do in order to perfectly separate these. We're going to weigh this batter on a scale and then pour out equal amounts into each bowl until we're all done. Is my idea. So I'm gonna basically just do 1 ladleful. Give it a good mix. Mix from the bottom. And do a ladleful into each bowl color. Making sure that I mix and scoop from the bottom every time. Feel the powders pooling at the bottom already. Getting chalky on the bottom. And then we're gonna go and just go in order and just do, maybe I can go a bit faster. Oh, 2 ladlefuls at a time. Just to speed up the process. One. Two. See how well colored these end up being. I am slightly dubious, but one can have hope. Ooh. Now we're gonna have to go into weigh everything out territory. How are we doing over here? Not in focus. Focus. I do not know how to make it not focus on the wrong bit. Tapping the screen is not working. Camera setting. Adjust focus. Yes. There we go. There we go. Then no camera settings. No, I don't want the recording. This is so difficult. Controls, lock, close. There we go. We are now trying to weigh things individually. Mix, 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 mix. Grams at a time. We have a steam on. Give that 2 minutes. Okay. This is getting remarkably hard to now. I think I've got 1 ladleful left in each, so we'll go and do that. Much science. I'm going to say that's almost bang on. Once we scrape all of this in, that is perfectly apportioned 3 colors in there. So now we mix our. To be fair, we may be lucky. I think the white layer is just going to be latte colored for sure. So that's one. Green. I feel like this is something I want to show you guys. Here we go. See how green this ends up being. Because currently the liquid is floating on top. I think this is going to end up a bit browny, but to be fair, matcha is strong, so it may survive. The greenness may survive. Not going to be as like aesthetic as the pictures. Right. Our containers have preheated. I mean, it doesn't read very green, but and this is our pink or supposed pink. I have no idea if it's going to continue to be pink. Mixing, mixing. I think this has been lost. Pink is lost to the brown sugar. Unfortunately, it's all right. natural colorings and whatnot. No artificial colors here. That's, I mean, relatively speaking, it's pink, but it's definitely giving just brown. It just got 3 shades of brown. Brilliant. So at this point, we are now wanting to, I think we're going to go, we definitely want white. Oh, we're going to go pink, green, white, pink, green, white, I think. Yes. So, okay, we need a station. We need a operation over here. Yay. So going in with very wet on the inside, which is kind of concerning. However, we have these beans. How are we going to do this? I've not really thought this bit through. Maybe I use the ladle. We'll do like ladle full. And we'll just wash the ladle in between. So, what did we say? Pink, green, white. Pink. Oh, we're going in with 1 perfect ladle of pink. Going in. Does this ladle have like measurements on the inside? No. Oh, yes, it does. You know what? Okay, I'm going to use that to our advantage. I'm going to go in. I'm definitely doing this way too slow, I feel. And this should not come off. And we're going to go like a 50 ml ladle. Whatever that means. Eh. Did I mix it? Probably not enough. Is what it is. We are going to do 3 minutes per layer. Well, that's what we're working with. And then we wash the ladle in between every batch because we only have 1 ladle. Pink, green. Pink can go to this side for a bit. We definitely got lumps of matcha in here. Not ideal, but we'll just mix it. We'll just mix it. Right. We are now on the just pray pray segment of the stream where we just hope it works. That's going very vigorously. Do not turn down the heat. Okay. We're going vigorous the whole time. So this whole time it stays hot, hot. This is probably not like well suited to doing a double layer situation because I have to take it off every time. So that will just have to be taken into consideration. So yeah, stay hot for all the layers. Last layer gets 4 minutes, and then reduce the heat and do another 10. Nice. Cool on a cooling rack. Greased knife to cut. Best decent room temperature. Okay. Right. Let's go. You take both layers off. You really set? You've not really set. This is not set enough, really. I don't think. No. Have you set enough? No. I'm gonna give it another 2 minutes. I think it wasn't quite hot enough to start or something. Well, it was very much swishing around inside the container. So I'm gonna say that's not hot enough. Not cooked enough. Yeah. No, we wait. I love this timer. Are we faring better? Yes. Okay. We have adhesion. We're now going in with green. Green layer going in. We just needed a little extra zhuzh. Close. We go 3 minutes. Okay, I have faith. Faith has been restored. It is setting and it is going. Thank you. I drew them myself. All of my emotes I've had a little doodle. So I do need to make some more actually. I need to make some space and do some more. But yes, we are. Maybe I can like stick the timer somewhere that's visible. I feel like it would get destroyed up there. I need to like move the view a bit, maybe. That wouldn't be seen. Do I do other art? I do a bit of everything as a hobby. I'm just a hobbyist, do everythinger. Oh my god, my kitchen paper is just having an absolute mess. So like the steam from the steamer basket is just making my kitchen roll fly. I just like doodling. I am a jack of all trades, master of none, through and through. Maybe I put it there. There we go. Very little. Maybe I make it a bit bigger. Don't need to see so much of me right now. I feel like if I put it, I would put it on here, but I feel like it would get destroyed. Like, I feel like it's not meant for the heat, you know. Safe enough down. Yes, I just draw, doodle on a tablet, all that kind of thing. Yeah. I did a stream a while back when I did all the emotes in one go. But I feel like it's about time I update them soon. Move this to a spot. Oh, then oh, so loud. Right. You just have to be very careful. It does get progressively hotter, the basket. Iron fingers. I feel like this one, the white, quote unquote, white layer is definitely the thickest. I wonder why. Maybe it's the coconut milk going in. There we go. Top layer. Another 3. And we are back to pink. I reckon from the looks of it, we're gonna get about another round or 2 of the colors. I reckon. Here we go. Yes, I should stand over this way a bit more now that my Steam cam is taking up all the room. Yeah, I just have Clip Studio Paint, which is a drawing software on my tablet, and I just doodle on there. Did I put the VODs? Maybe it was. I did them a very long time ago, and I haven't saved VODs from the beginning of time, which I kind of now that I like look back on it, I really should have saved all of my VODs from like when I first started. But when I first started, I was too embarrassed, and I was like, no, nobody wants to see these, so I'd never saved them. But you know, hindsight is 2020, eh? Yeah, I only started saving them maybe like since August last year. But I had started streaming for a good, 8 months before that, and I really should have saved them. Oh well. Not that I have anything to do with them, but it's always nice to know you still have them somewhere. But fortunately, that's not the case. Oh yeah. Yeah, like even if you just use like a free software, it's really nice to just doodle and kind of bring ideas to life. Um, yeah, but no, it's I think like I started saving them when I realized I really enjoyed doing it and kind of started putting like work into it. So I'm happy I did at least start. Um, not like leave it because I didn't do it from the beginning. Because I feel like I often end up in that kind of situation where like, oh, I didn't do it from the beginning, so I'm not going to start. I was kind of like, no, I'm going to start now. Right. We continue. Cut. This team is getting more and more violent. I need to keep myself more room. This is how we burn ourselves, kids. Don't do as Before we continue, I am going to top up the water underneath because it is looking rather low. I'm just gonna top up our water because we're gonna be here a while. Let's just let that get up to a boil while we do this. Reminding myself to stir every layer. We are getting a few little like water bubbles in our mixture, but that's kind of inevitable. I'm not really doing anything to about that, so however, trying to be very gentle. Oh, I think this layer was not as cooked as the rest. Oh, I don't know what happened there. And again with the top layer. Super, despite the colors not coming out the best, we are We are getting very nice, distinct layers. Good. I've also not really taken into account the fact that our containers are like ever so slightly slanted up this way. So the higher layers are a little bit thinner than the lower layers. Yeah, because I think you're meant to use like a very a perpendicularly edged container so that every layer is in fact the same width if you go by volume. But my containers are a little bit wider at the top than they are at the bottom. So now the layers at the bottom are a little bit thicker than the layers at the top. But that is just error in my mind. It is what it is. It's looking pretty. The colors are settling darker than they are in the liquid. So it's actually really clear, the colors. They're all very muted. They're very like naturally toned. They're not giving like bright, like celebratory colors, but it's giving natural. It's giving I don't use artificial colors vibes. So I'm excited. The layers are setting. I don't know what happened to this layer actually. This bottom layer, when I poured that pink layer in, it kind of like smushed a bit. So maybe it didn't quite set enough. Who knows? But the top layer, actually, this top one, the smaller one, is actually going really well. It's setting, I think it's setting firmer than the bottom one. I don't know why, because it's at the top. So I would have thought it's less hot up here. And this one would be hotter, but maybe it's the kind of width, the surface area. Who knows? Right, we are doing green next. Yeah. Pizza night and hubby cooking night are great ones to go back and watch. Yeah, we are going to have husband who cooks coming up soon, I think. I have a little birdie told me we have a husband who cooks coming maybe next week. You didn't hear it from me. You guys love it when he cooks for you. Man manages to be even more chaotic than I. 30 seconds. Mix our mixture. I just realized my queer is like themed. I am themed dressing. I've got my pink water bottle and my white and green jumper. Stop. Right. Ooh, I think we're back to not really setting very well. So I think we're going to give it another minute. Maybe the layers higher up are just a little bit slower to set. I'm going to let that go a little bit longer. Yep, we are unintentionally matching the food that we cook. I'm just going to let that layer go for a bit longer because it's looking a bit liquidy and I don't want the same thing to happen. I think one of my layers got a bit smushed between the pink and the white one we just did. So I'm going to give it a few more just to fully get so we don't have any more color smushing. I think from the outside it's going to be fine because the edges are firm, but I think the inside was a bit raw. So we're gonna give that an extra minute. Have another look. Yeah, let's give it the full. Oh, I've been cut. I've been cut. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very excited for the colors actually. The in Japan we have a very similar looking mochi. I feel like Kueh as like a concept is very similar to the Japanese mochi concept because I feel like generally speaking when people hear mochi they just think of that kind of white kind of glutinous rice, pounded rice, bowl. To be fair, in the West, like mochi is often like, around ice cream or like other things. Right. Chat's over. we the queer beckons. Are you done? You don't look very done. This is 101. Do not touch the hot thing. I think we're okay. Might be to do with the amount of moisture getting into our layers. Could be why. Right. Here we go. See, the top layers are always done when we get to it. Go. Yeah, I said. Yeah, I was talking about the mochi. I'm never going to be able to finish my conversation with like 3 minutes on the timer. But the mochi in Japan, like generic mochi, is just pounded glutinous rice. Um, that's it. Mochi is like in its purest form. That's mochi. But then you can like wrap it in often red bean or any other kind of paste, like fruit paste or bean paste. Um, Often like you have sweets nowadays where you wrap fruits and custard and that kind of a thing. But traditionally, like mochi has a lot of variants. So in on the 3rd of March, which is kind of Girls' Day, there's a traditional mochi which looks almost exactly like this kue that I'm making. Is called hishi mochi, which hishi is a rhombus shape, I think. Hishi. And it's literally colored mochi that's been stacked in layers. So it's pink, green, and white, stacked in layers, cut into that kind of diamond rhombus shape. Um, Wizzle, have you got both your accounts on here again? Wizzle, have you got two L's? Oh my goodness, Wizzle, you're just coming up with like ways to prank me. Um, but yeah, hishimochi looks exactly like this kue that I'm making. Obviously, it's made of pounded glutinous rice that's been colored and stacked in layers. We have kashiwa mochi, which is traditional in the boys' day, which is in May 5th, I think. And that is mochi with red bean paste on the inside, and that is wrapped in a cashew leaf. It has significance. Um, there is sakura mochi, which has regional variants, sakuras and cherry blossom. There is red bean in the middle, and then there is glutinous rice, not pounded. It's kind of still like in rice form that's been colored pink with cherry blossom. Wrapped around that, wrapped in a cherry blossom leaf. You also get a variance where the rice is pounded, so it's an actual mochi. Um, so yeah, there's lots of different mochis and variants of mochi. Warabi mochi is a different one. That's not even glutinous rice. That is, it uses the root of the warabi plant, the starchy roots of a warabi plant. Not to be mistaken with wallabies. I'm gonna give it another minute. I think I'm starting to be able to tell the color of the by the color of the layers whether or not it's cooked. Like I feel like when it's starting to look that the color darkens when it's cooked through. It doesn't have so much of that kind of creamy look. And that looks not quite dark enough. So I'm gonna let it go for another minute. So yeah, we are here. We are layering up. Oh, I should swap colors. Wash this. And then we're back to white, quote unquote white, brown. So we are layering up. We're actually getting quite near the top. So I think definitely gentle pouring required. So you don't like accidentally break through the surface like I just did on this layer. Beautiful kind of, it definitely loses its kind of milky opacity. Definitely cooks more translucent, which I think is what contributes to the dark color. How many layers are just till I run out? Just till I run out. To be fair, I think I've only got one or two layers left in me anyway of the mixture. I think it's probably one of each color left, which is actually perfect because we wanted about 9 layers. So we're doing good. Oh, I forget. All right, give it a head start. But yeah, we are just layering up. And yeah, so I think the origins of Queer, I mean they all kind of, everything kind of came from the same place. So, and it's the kind of celebratory kind of wishing good vibes, good harvest, good luck, good prosperity kind of a thing is kind of associated with all of them. So I think it will. I think it's looking really good. It's definitely looking very natural, but we can work with that. It's gonna taste good. I can tell. I'm sensing the good vibes. So yeah, I reckon we've got like one layer each left. I hope we have enough room in the containers to do that. Yeah. Good Cams is winning. I'm really excited to have it actually. It's good. It's so good. I can't wait to have it permanently. I realized that I have like a spare old phone, so it's like husband's old phone. We have back at my mum's, and we're trying to figure out if it's good enough to revive because it was very dead, and which is why he got a new phone. But it may just be alive enough that we can just use it just to do this. I hope so, because this one is currently husband's actual phone, which has very kindly lent me. Obviously, I cannot do that all the time. So today, I was just lucky that I was able to have this because it's actually so nice. It's. I feel like a little bit pushed aside a bit, but I don't have to have it this big. But yeah, if we're getting close to 100, I really need to sort out how did things turn out. Which Krabby Patty yesterday, is that what we're talking? Was this what we're talking about? What are we talking about right now? Yesterday and today. So yesterday I didn't stream, but the day before was Krabby Patty, and that was very, very delicious. It was bang on. If I were to do it again, I would probably have added a bit of fish sauce or something into the patty, because it wasn't giving fish. It wasn't giving seafood. It wasn't like smacking me in the face saying I am crab. So are we? Nah, you're not ready. I don't trust you. Um, yeah, so that's what I would do. If not, I would have put like more like seafood elements into the patty or somewhere else somehow because it was giving very like light. It was like it wasn't given like burger patty. It was giving like I don't know a side appetizer crab cake. Um, so if I were to have that in a burger again, I would definitely try and make the flavor stronger in the patty, so it feels like it's a burger. That makes sense. Whereas today we are cooking kueh, which is something I've never done before. I've eaten many a kueh, which I feel like is a shared sentiment when it comes to kueh. Like, I never knew what that was, kind of a thing. But you've definitely seen it before if you've been around Asian communities. Um, and we're doing a steamed layer cake version of it. You're gonna hear the timer go off a lot today because we've got many layers, many steaming layers that are happening. Um, oh, tilt our. So we have another pink layer going in. This is probably the last pink layer, to be fair, from the looks of it. I don't even know if we have enough room for the rest. I think we're going to be really close to the top. Dangerously so. Like we will fit. It will be like a perfect fit, I think, of the container. If anything, I may just try and finish this. I go in here, the pink. I think I am going to do just that. I'm going to just so little. Whoa. We are living life on the edge with the layers on these. We've decided that the last couple of layers have just been needing 4 minutes, so we're going to go with 4 minutes. And I'm making a mess. What's on the phone to keep it there? So, you know how I have the spice rack? I don't know if you can see the spice rack here. I have a little like phone stand. I don't know if you can see. Maybe if I point at it, you can kind of see. I've got a phone stand on. You can kind of see. Yeah, it's like a little phone stand. Usually it's for like having the phone in front of you, like holding like a tablet or a book in front of you. But I've just maneuvered it in a way that it's just gently balanced, that it's holding it just right. So we are making a very Japanese inspired kueh because I don't have access to the classic kueh flavor that is pandan. So we have substituted with matcha and cherry blossom. Classic sakura flavor. No, yeah. So there's the spice rack, and then I've got the phone stand on top of it. I've just been like That's why the stream was late today. I was literally sat there being like, how do I make this not fall into the food? But we managed. It's good, and we are slowly but surely getting there. Wait, can I cut this while it's hot, or do I have to cut it once it's cooled? Let it cool to room temperature before slicing. Okay. Yeah, it's a miracle it stayed. Actually, it's clearly just the perfect little situation. I now need to figure out when I do it for realsies what we're gonna do. Oh, my thing died. Didn't even start. Oh, I don't even know. How long has it been? Let's give it. Oh no. Oh no. Let's say 2 minutes and I'll look at it. The timer wasn't going. I just looked at it. It was like, why is it dark? Why is it black? Yeah. Yeah, this bag of blood is what we used for our cherry blossom. Isn't this like it really does? Like it's not giving beautiful, beautiful pink. It's it's giving horror, for sure. But I digress. This has been our two main contributors to our this has been us. To be fair, I should probably put it the other way, shouldn't I? See. Little trio. We are in our last layers, so we're probably about 10 minutes away from this whole thing finishing. And then we will pull them out, give us a good look at what we are working with. Ooh, husband's phone is about to die. What are we gonna do about that? Yeah, that means I have to steal a charger from somewhere else because we're running out of charge. Just gonna bump this. I'm trusting my phone to stay charged because it's now full. Let's give charger to this side over here. We'll plug in the phone first because that is in dire need. Sorry, I just turned it off. The phone is also getting very hot, which is kind of concerning because it's been sat on top of the steam. You gonna be okay? You're gonna get eaten off. I kind of need to work on this whole second phone situation because it is getting quite warm up there. Oh! Well, that was inevitably going to happen. Hooray. Oh my god. Let's just put that down for a second. No! It has put a dent in it for sure. It was in perfect balance, and I clearly messed with it. Let me just yield to the food. Oh, I don't even. Maybe I try to smooth it out a little bit, just to kind of just to work the layers. I mean, like it's fairly solid. Memento. Somebody clip that because that was just hilarious. There's a tiny bit of batter left, which I'm not going to trust to get in there. It did land in the food. We did have a bit of a tragic moment. We are now dealing to the aftermath of it. Is this indeed? We're just gonna. I mean, nothing important landed in it. The screen was not in it. It was literally just like this top edge landed in the food. So we're gonna have the little one as our good display one because that had nothing land in it. Just gonna give this a little wipe down. Do we have the moment in which it happened? Somebody clip it, please. That was that one is that one's definitely one for the clip. You already clipped it. Oh, you did. Good. I will watch that fondly. Get the little bit of queer out of the little holes of the phone case. Delicious. Kueh a la phone case. We have of course, like I meant, it's because I talked about it, didn't I? Like it's God's law. I just brought it upon myself. Yep. It's okay. I'm cleaning it right now. It's going back to him cleaner than when he gave it to me. Well, that's gonna just stay here, not anywhere near the queer. Well, it was a good second angle while we had it. Turn that off. It was good in concept. I've got like the tiniest bit left of the green. I'm thinking maybe if I just um, do like a mini, just a green and white one, a 2-layer green and white situation after. I do. I do need a little tripod. Oh. How are we? How are we post accident down here? Did we? It's getting heavier and heavier, which makes complete sense. Another minute. Yes. Hover over the hob, just like constant hover. Can you imagine? How long does a drone camera how long does a drone last? Can it hover for 3 hours? Like if you're just letting a drone hover, do you need to hold the control on it? If you just leave a drone flying, will it just stay there? Now, that must be the questions. Parker, you're giving me ideas. I've been trying to figure out like, oh, what's the most efficient second camera situation I can have? Because I'm like, do I get another webcam or do I get another phone, like a cheap phone, or you've just added drone to the list, drone to the potential candidates for second camera. Right. We are reaching the end of our adventure. We are really pushing the limits on this bowl on this batter. We are really like on the edge. We're talking meniscus of this container. Are we gonna overflow? We have overflowed. So that's the end of that one. We're just gonna let that hang out. I don't think we've hit the overflow on this one though. It's because we dumped the phone case in. It's got extra layers and extra kind of right. I think this little one, I'm glad we're making it because it's now the one that's good. I forgot to check if we've still got enough water in our. I can't even move it now. Oh well. Make a bit of noise though. Don't. They're not these days. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the quality of drones are like nowadays. Just trying to take a peek at the level of moisture on this. Oh, we're getting quite low. Try and have some water in there. We are in a very precarious situation where this steamer is not level. So therefore, we have a little bit of drippage somewhere. I will have to deal with the drippage later. But them's be what we've got to work with. So yeah. Yes. So we are now on our final layer. It's gonna go. I'm gonna give it 5 minutes on high, and then it's gonna get reduced and then steam for a further 10. So that's what we're gonna do. And then once that's finished, we are going to do the tiny mini with the leftover batter. Because it's leftover and don't wanna waste any batter. We've somehow finished the pink one and then ended up with a lot of the green and the white left. So I don't know what happened there. But such is. Kueh Lapis should be eaten at room temperature and best eaten on the day it's made. Store in an airtight container in the fridge and consume within 5 days. Once fridged, the kueh hardens. Will need to be reheated before eating. Steam for a few minutes until soft, or microwave in 10-second intervals until soft. Okay, here we go. I really hope this turns out well because if it does, then might take one of these as a little gift to someone that we're seeing tonight. Long time to make, and you skipped about 40 minutes of fridge time. Yeah, I did. What does this recipe say? How long it's going to take? Are you gonna? Does it have a? Does it have a estimated time? Doesn't even. As long as it takes to make. But yeah, how long has it been? 3 hours. To be fair, it's about right. To be fair, I'm just reading like the beginning bit of the recipe, you know, and then we turn it down for 10 minutes. I'm just reading the preamble of this recipe, and actually, I'm feeling encouraged because this person is saying, I've seen recipes that use only or mostly rice flour. So they may increase the amount of rice flour and yes, tapioca flour, which is good because we had a very not enough tapioca flour and very much like added rice flour to make up for it. So I am glad that that is the case. Which means fingers crossed, whatever jankery redistribution of starches I did is going to be fine. So we are, yeah, basically that. How long was their fridge time though? Well, they said fridge time from like anywhere between an hour to an hour and a half, and so I've kind of very much cut corners on that one. I just don't know what the fridge time is meant to do because, like, what's it gonna do really, apart from make it cold? So yes, we are going to find out. So yeah, we're going to take them out when they're done. We'll make sure our bench integrity is good. Going to put them out here while I do the mini one as we faff about, and then we will. Well, I don't think it will cool in time, really, unless you let me ramble for maybe another half an hour. But it will need to cool before slicing. So the colors I can tell from looking down the side that the colors are there. I wouldn't say they're pretty colors because it's like very au natural looking, but the colors are there nonetheless. So yeah, because the white layer is very much brown, and then the green is kind of like a greeny brown, and then the pink is kind of a pinky brown. But that's on me. That's on me for using a darker sugar. So it's just like shades of brown in layers. That's okay. We've gone for flavor over aesthetic. I think that's what I'm going to tell myself. Yeah. So we've got 6 minutes left on the clock for our steamy dudes, and then I should probably lay out a bit of towel. This is. I don't have anything really that would act as a good cooling rack. Oh yeah, I do. I do indeed, actually. Not that it's going to do a lot of cooling, but we can have an upside down mesh tray. And then we can rest our containers on here. Right. We have, to be fair, if I am feeling crafty. Let's be a little bit crafty. Let's give a give the phone a second life at having a second angle. Why are we upside down? Let's see. Aha! Look at me go. Such second angle situations. Maybe a bit higher. I think, yeah, that's going to fit, right? I think. Mm. Yes, this is the phone holder. Oh, we can't see it now. But yeah, let's scoot it a little bit smaller though. I am here now. There we go. Little camception, but that's all right. Wow. See, this is what we can have, guys. Get following. This can be a permanent fixture. So yeah, we are going to. This is fun having more angles. This is great. Why did I not do this earlier? Right, bench is good. Yeah, phone holder did well. I did not do well maneuvering gravity. Um, right. How are we doing? 2 more minutes on the timer for our steamy boys. I'm going to check if there is enough water in here. How are you doing, my love? What? Wait, what? Yours is? Mine is? Yeah. Hmm. Right. I think all there is to it. Why is it that husband's phone is so much nicer quality than my one over there? What's going on? Like, don't tell me like this angle is crisper than the one up there, no? I don't understand. Seven seconds. Let's all listen to the song together. This is the theme song from the supermarket. It's a theme song from our supermarket. Oh, this is heavy. You have definitely overflowed. However, I'm actually gonna let it go a bit longer, I think. Like it doesn't feel fully cooked. I'm going to also add more water, I think. I think it just needs a bit more steam power. It's not giving fully cooked vibes. I'm going to add more water. Maybe enough. I can't see. Maybe a bit more. Feels like it just needs more power. More like more steaming power. So we're gonna go back over even another 10 minutes, you know. I don't want anything to be raw. Might also be to do with like the ratio of starches that I did. It's not really cooking as quickly. We can look at this. Like it's set, but not fully cooked, I feel. So yeah, we have another 10 minutes of vibing. I think I got some batter on this, so I'm gonna have to wash this. Maybe it's just like bamboo. Right. We need it to be vigorous, but we need it to be hot. Getting messages left, right, and center. Right. Okay. We are we are back to square one on the waiting front. So let's clean. Let's be kind to my future self and do a little bit of dishes. So we will pop these over here when they are ready to go. This stuff. Oh, there's so much like stuff. Yep. Let's not leave all the dishes to my future self and do me a solid and get a head start on all this. Because time will fly if I do the dishes. It always does. Where are my tea towels? Cleaning the fun part of cooking. No, honestly, if my dishes will get done on the click of a finger, humanity has reached its peak. You say so myself. Why are there paper towels in my sink? Right. To be fair, all things considered, there's not that many bits to wash. It's all very easy clean items. Done. Look at me go. He just doing my future self an absolute solid. We have 2 minutes on the clock. And we'll get our little dude ready. I'm gonna have a little two-layer dude on the side. My hair is an absolute shambles, I've just noticed. Wow, why did nobody tell me? Right. Just realized where's that guy up there is really giving. The Labubu is doing bits. Duckily duckily. Are we almost ready to hear the songs? Songs of the supermarket. Let's give this this was the leftover cherry blossom puree that we kind of pulled out because we had a bit too much liquid. It's gonna have a little soda cherry blossom fizzy situation. It's not much. It's probably only enough to like do like a little shot. Ooh, got a really pleasant little like sour plum, salted plum kind of vibe. Don't actually know if that's gonna necessarily transfer well into what we're doing. However, are you cooked? I don't actually know if this is cooked, you know. Like it is set, but it's not giving cooked. Right. Scrape the little drippy bits. No, actually, I think it is cooked. Like the smaller one definitely looks cooked. Also extremely like full to the brim. But like just full to the brim, you know? Right. Let's I've just realized I don't need this tray situation. Well, I don't really know. I've never had this in its hot state. Like I just realized I don't need this. Literally, wooden thing is natural cooling tray. But I will pull it out so you guys can see. Going in. Oh, slippy. Let this hang out. So here we have it. There's layers. Definitely brown, but there's definitely layers. Like, can you see how full it is to the top? Really pushed my luck on that one. the other one overfilled. The other one definitely went over. So that's my bad. I'm going to start my little guy as well. I think it's also to do with the fact that like there's more room around the edges on the smaller containers. So it has the room to like get hotter, I think. I don't know. Yep. You can really see the browns, but it's definitely, well layered. Like I could tilt, it's definitely, I would feel safe tipping it. Like we definitely have layers. It is just not necessarily the most pleasant of layers. Man, it's it needs a little like it's got a little sepia filter on it, our favorite Instagram filter. But yeah, ta-da, ta-da. Beautiful. Sorry, my hair was fully over the mic. The husband's camera is definitely giving better quality than mine. Don't know why. Because I'm like further away. Don't know. Yeah, it's very much giving like au natural, no artificial colors here kind of vibes. But I'm happy with that. Clear layers. I think, I don't know, the way I remember it, I feel like the layers were thinner. Like I feel like these layers feel a bit thick from memory. But I could be completely wrong. Yeah. Just give it a bit of a retouch. Give it a little skin smoothing, little Photoshop, little blemish blur. Give it the works, and maybe the color will come back. Yeah, this cherry blossom is really lovely as a drink. It's got that kind of sweet, sour, salty vibes. I am starting to feel a little bit dubious as to how it's going to taste in there, though, because this is a very sweet thing. So I don't know whether the kind of sourness is going to play well with that. But we shall find out. Yeah, it's going to scoot this guy a little bit. I don't know how cool it needs to be for it to be cuttable. Wow, timer didn't go. But I am going to pull this guy out, I think. I don't know, it's just kind of like, it's just not giving fully cooked vibes. Just going to give it a little, I'm going to dry off the surface just so I can better judge. I think it is cooked, I think it is. So I will pull this off now. This is so heavy compared to the other one. How am I going to get it out? That is a question that is a problem for future me. Absolutely a problem for future me. I did oil the container as requested. And so in theory, I should be able to just run a knife around it and it'll just flop on out. However, knowing my luck, that is not going to be the case. So time will tell. I do not have the balls to try and pull this out in this state. It is too hot and too heavy. So I'm just going to let this guy cool as is. Like, yeah. This is giving. Yeah, this is definitely the pretty one. This is the pretty sister. That one is questionable. And I feel like the tiny one's going to be just the little baby sister. So we have, yeah, like I'm quite proud of that. Like that is properly layered. It is thick though. It's a chunky boy. I would recommend anybody making this half the recipe because like who needs this much square? Like let's be honest. Half would have been just fine. Half the recipe would have made me probably just one container of these. And that's like fine. Like a third is fine. If you're just doing quail to try, like you don't need this much quail. If you're feeding the entire tribe, yeah, you need this much quail. But I feel like you don't need this much quail if you're just trying it out. So I would definitely add that to the caveats because there's a lot of quail to be consumed. There's like I'm just looking at this and like knowing how sweet it is, I would only eat like an eighth of this at a time. Yeah, I would say like 1/8 of this little one is like one portion. And then now there's like that much. And there's another one coming. So would caveat, this makes a lot of queer. For better or worse, it makes a lot. So would highly recommend not making that much. I'm just waiting on the little dude to be done, so I can put the last layer on, and then we can kind of set and forget to see. Kind of want to like. I do have a mini fan, but it's gonna probably not do anything. We can we can see if the fan wants to do any helping. World's tiniest mini fan about to appear. Ta-da! You even work still? Oh, you do, look. Are you even fanning the right direction? Yeah. Right, our little green layer is set. Yeah, gonna go in white. There was a lot more white than green. So if I had been intelligent, I would have gone for white first. So we would have had 3 layers in this situation. However, I was not. Tiniest little fan. Are you even doing it too bad? It is cold. Whether it's gonna be able to beat, like an hour's worth of steaming is another question. How's my Tamagotchi? Just pooped. So we're just gonna lay this here. Like right here is perfectly fine. Just gonna fan our little queer Will it be bad to put it in like a little ice bar? Is it bad to cool it too quickly? Maybe I should just put it outside. The outside temperature is going to be like 2 degrees. Maybe that's the way. Do you know the Kueh? I'm going mad. Throwback. That is a 2020, 2020, probably 2020. Yeah, that's still very, very hot. Like this is some hot Kueh. I have a feeling that we're not going to be able to unmold this within reasonable stream time. You know what? Let me go sit this outside for a bit. Let's be bold. Let's be brave. I'm going to put this outside for some time because the outside is basically a fridge at the moment. Maybe I shouldn't fridge it. I don't know. You would have told me to fridge it. No, you shouldn't put hot things in the fridge. Maybe I will go give Simba. This is like solid. Like this is a solid pot full of starch. I really want to cut into it. Like everything tells me just cut it. Just do it. But I know that that's a bad idea. Like how are we doing over here? This one's finished. Note to self: next time, make half, if not like 1/3 of the batch. More or less done, actually. Gonna give it another 4 minutes on the extra cook. Yeah. So that's still very hot. I really want to unmold it just so I can like show and tell. But I feel like that is just asking for trouble. I'm gonna go and like because this is my pretty one. Like I want to save this to be able to give to someone, to like share if it's good. So I'm going to not demolish that one. Ooh. I'm not going to demolish that one. I'm going to demolish this one. This is the big one. I'm not taking it out of. To be fair, I am like lifting it off the edge of the container, and I think it is lifting off. Like it doesn't. Like it does peel off the edge. So I feel like if I were to turn this over onto a plate, it would pop out. I think. I hope. Because at the moment, that's my only hope. Just wait. I can see why you're not meant to touch this while it's hot. Like it's still very like. What do you want, Tamagotchi? Are you hungry? Yes. This is how we kill time around here. Kill to our Tamagotchis. Here you go. We can play Tamagotchi together. Where is Tamagotchi? Well, this one's a different one. This one's a new one. Oh. You have to play like which way they're gonna face. Yeah, this one is a new restart because my last one died. It just kind of died out of nowhere. It's very sad. Wow. It's meant to be a 50-50 game, but I swear I get it wrong every single time. I need to win it twice more. I think like maximum lifespan's meant to be like 3 weeks, but 2 weeks is good. But I keep killing mine at like 1 week. Kind of sus. I don't know if it's me or the Tamagotchi. No. It's ridiculously how bad I am at this. Only 3 weeks, yeah. They're meant to be replayable, aren't they? So I cannot. Okay. Stop for a second. Oh. I think this is pretty done. It's not done. It is still very jiggly in the middle. How much water is on the bottom of this? Let's let that going. Keep that going. I still need to win this once more. Yay! You're fully fed. And you're fully happy. Let's continue going around this square. Basically poking all the way around to release the top edge because it kind of spilled over, as we know. So that I did not oil the edge, like the top edge of this container, because I was not anticipating anything to get that far. So just gonna go and around and release top. Right. Are we still quite hot? I feel like not like it's still hot, but like not. I can't just yeet it hot. So I'm gonna do classic. Jumper hands. Whoa. We now have this guy that can be washed because you got a bit of a dribble. No, you're not meant to wash these bamboo steamers with any like soap. So I'm just going in with like a brush to clean off the dribbles that occurred. Make sure we've not got any bits stuck anywhere. Don't want anything growing in our bamboo. Bamboo itself is quite antimicrobial, bacterial, so you don't have to be too stressy over it. But still don't want bits of food stuck in it. So, right, we have our big dude. Let me just move this over this way so we can have a closer look over here. We have a little bit of edge dribblage, so we're just gonna taste that. Yum. Hot. Like the dough feels like the kueh tastes good. I don't know if it's just because it's the coconut layer, because that's the most like easy flavor we have. We have layerage on this guy as well. The thing is, it's not going to cool if it stays in the glass container because the glass is holding the heat. So I think we just do a yeast. I think we go for it. I think we just pop it over because the glass is holding all the heat. So as long as it's in the glass, it's gonna just stay hot. Oh, you're playing hightail. Don't know how to shoot the arrow. Any hightail players online able to give Wizzle a hand? Maybe this is the best way. I'm gonna go. I don't know if he's on the server, but he is on hightail, being chased by wolves. I'm just going to grab a knife, oil the surface of a knife, and just go around, releasing the kueh. Like it is very much releasing, which is good. Again, I am pretty sure you're not meant to do this hot. These edges is releasing very well. So I have great faith in the mighty kueh. My hands a little wash. Check on our baby kueh. How are we doing over there? Do we have less of a jiggle yet? Much less of a jiggle. We're gonna let that chill out. Okay, right. Against better judgment, I'm going to do this because I think it's not going to cool in the container. So we are going to do the ye old flippity floppity trick. Oh, this jumper is definitely going in the wash after this. We've done it. Okay, let's not make this surface unstable. Like it's fairly released off. Yeah, I should have probably gone under a bit more as well. Because this glass container is like it's holdable, but it's like I reckon it's like 50 degrees, this container. It's not cooling because it's glass. So I'm actually going to go back again. I am going to give things a big yeet off. This is probably the reason why you're meant to cool it in the container because it is going to like mush a bit. if you like mess with it while it's hot. But also, like, it's inevitably not going to cool in this container. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I just take a spoonful out just to taste. What do? Maybe a little water bar, a little ice bar for quick coolage. I have a lot of ice cubey thingies. Leave it till later for pics on Discord. That is probably wise. I am going to like rest it on some ice though. You know what? Ow. Use our bigger tin. Now lay the bottom of this in little ice cubes, ice packy things. Because in Japan, like every time you buy anything remotely requiring cooling, they will throw in a little ice pack. And now my freezer is full of ice packs. So we're gonna rest them on ice. At least that means it's gonna go a bit both. Fine. Be that way. Pop these around the sides. Taking forever and a half to cool, but that's all right. Okay. I think we're gonna call it there for the time being, because really it's not gonna get any faster. We cannot make things cooler faster than the rate at which they are willing to be cooled. So we're gonna leave that as is. I will update on Discord how this turns out. Is gonna be a minute and a half, maybe an hour later. So come join us on Discord if you want to see what and how it ends up looking. I'm gonna put a bit more water in here so it comes up the side a bit more. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, and thank you to all of our new faces. So lovely to see you. I'll post a little. Why am I putting warm water in this? Not cold. Thank you so much, Rizzle. Hope you don't get too eaten by the wolves. Right. Right. I am going to call that there. So yeah. Here's a little look at how it's like it's now holdably hot. So I feel like it's now at like 40 degrees. And so yeah, I will unmold these when they are cooled. See, now it's like a nice little hand warmer level of hot. Hopefully this will cool a little bit faster. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will update the situation on Discord when it happens. But yeah, it's turned out pretty nicely. And hopefully I will be able to unmold it in one piece and cut it up, have a little taste test. I think Husbando is streaming maybe later.
Yeah,
He'll be streaming Mahjong later. So if anybody is into Mahjong, Richie Mahjong, he'll be doing that later. Shout out to Mimodon if you want to go there. But yeah, is there anybody we can raid? Um, let's have a look. Anybody on food and drink? Or any suggestions? Anybody we have not yet said hi to? We want to watch someone Japanese. Mm, go on. I think I've just found someone who's also Japanese, and they're doing an English and Japanese stream. So let's go send you guys that way. Send them my love. Cooking. I will have to raid and go, but I shall come and say hi. She is cooking Korean pancakes from the looks of it. Yeah, let's give them some love. Let's go. Oh, thank you so much, Phoenix. Oh my goodness, thank you for the sub. Love me the Amazon money. Yeah, and good night. Good night to you too. I will update how this goes. But yeah, go give Kana some love. And see you guys next time.